Hi everyone, in this video we're going to be learning about the plant tissues. So when we talk about the plant tissues, there are first two categories of plant tissues. The first category is called the meristematic tissues. The meristematic tissues. And the second category of plant tissues are the permanent tissues. So in this video, we're going to be concentrating on the meristematic tissues. Now, what exactly are meristematic tissues? These are basically the tissues where the cells are constantly dividing, and the dividing cells contribute to the growth of the plant. So when we talk about meristematic tissues, there are actually three types of meristematic tissues found in different locations of the plant. The first type is called the apical meristem. The apical meristem. And the second type is called the lateral meristem. And the third type of meristematic tissue is the intercalary meristem. All right, so in this video, we're going to be focusing on these three types of meristematic tissues: the apical meristem, the lateral meristem, and the intercalary meristem. All right, so let's start off with our first type of meristematic tissue, which is the apical meristem. Now, the word apical meristem, from this word itself, you can understand that this meristematic tissue is somewhere in the apex of the plant. So that's exactly how it works. When we talk about the apical meristem, the apical meristem is found right at the top of the plant, the tip of the plant up here, which is called the shoot apex. And it is also found right here at the bottom apex of the plant, which is called the root apex. So that's why it's called the apical meristem, because it's located at the shoot apex and the root apex. So what is the function of this type of meristematic tissue? The apical meristem helps the plant in growing in height. So the apical meristem up here would cause the plant to grow upwards in height. It will cause the plant to grow upwards, and the root apex right here, the apical meristem down here, would help the roots to grow deeper into the soil. So in general, we say that the function of the apical meristem is to increase the plant's height. So the shoot apex as well as the root apex, in both of these locations, the apical meristem up here and down here, both of them together, they help to increase the plant's height. So this is where it is located, and this is the function of the apical meristem. So since we're done with the apical meristem, let's now move on to the second type of meristematic tissue, which is the lateral meristem. Now, the lateral meristem, okay, so I'm just going back to the apical meristem. This is found in the shoot and root apex. And now when we come to the lateral meristem, this is found laterally in the stems and roots. So basically, if you take a plant in the lateral side, laterally of the stem and the root, basically on the sides of these plants, you will find this lateral meristem. And what does this lateral meristem do? It helps the plant to increase in width. So if ever the plant wants to grow wider or increase its diameter, it's going to grow wider with the help of this lateral meristem. So I hope you all understand the difference between these two types of meristematic tissues we've learned so far. The function of the apical meristem was to increase the plant's height, and the function of the lateral meristem is to increase the plant's diameter. So this is about the first two types of meristematic tissue you all need to know. The apical meristem, which helps the plant to grow in height, and the lateral meristem, which helps the plant to grow in width. All right. And then we come to the third type of meristematic tissue, which is the intercalary meristem. So number 3 is the intercalary meristem. This is a type of meristematic tissue found in some plants, and it is found in the nodes of these plants. So there are these areas called the nodes, and in these nodes, you will find these intercalary meristem. So this intercalary meristem, basically, now this region between the nodes is called the internode. So you can see here at the beginning in the first stage, this internode is pretty short. And then due to the action of this intercalary meristem, we can see how the internode is getting longer and longer. So that's exactly what the intercalary meristem does. It causes the increase in the length of the internodes, thereby increasing the height of the stem. So that's exactly what the intercalary meristem does. So it is found in the nodes, and its function is to increase the length of the internodes. So that's basically the most important things you need to know about the meristematic tissue. I hope all of you got a good understanding on this.